sorry. Adani sikape. Obia mane hosua. Wasi me osafo. Aveli na sorry. Adani sikape. Obia mane hosua. Wasu na mia forever. Yiri baba, it's a storm. Yiri baba, the mouse comes. Yiri baba, it's a storm. Yiri baba, the mouse comes. Stealing the name of the Lord. Stealing the name of the Lord. Sorry, I do what I'm all night. I've been at that pray for me. Ukiara, the chichi say, Tamame. Yawada, a mercury, Monatu on the Gomsa, 24/7 on the Tia so there. Also, I'm on correct.
Here Baba is a scam. Abusia, share video with Mama why? Deep come on. No more excuses. Ghana has to be built. Hey! Yeah, they are all scammers. Here Baba. Stealing. Hey, here Baba. Onyum to phone a friend Kojo Ashakan, Ana Ashakan. Yes, share the video while Bushi and Baby didn't come out of every energy. Mema munyina akwaba obibia wuti Dr. Ren na mema akwaba. Ye ba betwetwe eye enkomo afọ wo man Ghana ho. Sene ye wa wonim no eja. Ye be sha ase nso ana ese obomodi ana eja, ye obomodi ana ye ruko no. Ti ehwe eye ruko na ye ndi nkan. Ma eye enuanu ma omohwe wo YouTube ni Facebook nyina akwaba. Yenchia eye Jenny Love wasiri ewu na yenchia eye Kwame so ewa say Isaac Mensa ewa say Sana Vugu so ewa ha ebusia how dey oba share the video bash so I say what you say Winnie Love was start your year roko no kama send your tie no wonim na yen share video no pepe na enkoye name or say here baba is all scam. We are sure so people so tie and know I'm for as a Dr. Ren, but play the music again. Yes, Aqua and so I say Abu Kweku Aqua and so I say my member Modiana Obapa Saba France Mame Saba and so I say Yembo Modiana enti enyum ni bi yenko enti enyum no yes anyway asemu here baba is all scam sana manfo no account to the oba share video no super pepe na ma afoforo so enhwe bi okay enti enyum no enti enyum yenko na chikakra. All right.
Sorry, Adani sikape. Obia mane hosua. Wasu na mia forever.
Here baba, here baba, here baba, here baba, here baba, baba, here baba, hey, here baba, hey, stealing of Pamboa. Obini Agrada, hey, Reverend Obonfo Bekano prayer. Hey, Papa, yeah, make you say yeah. Hey, Baba, Baba, the all scammers. Here Baba, hey, Ghana for scammers in Ghanaians. Stealing, hey, of the Lord, stealing, the name of the Lord, stealing. All right. Stealing in the name of the Lord. And Ghana for they say them are all scammers. Anyway, send you we name no they be we emancipate, we enlighten, we educate. Emma ye bushiafo nyina akwaba. Me hunu say sweet now I say Moses Obapa ewa ha. Esi eduan so ewa ha say. Mama mfa nchi akese ma ebusuafo a mo hwe me nyina. Sebi yo mambo wudin ya enye bo apayo bi wati ase wa wo hwe me bia we my favorite we will be I love you so much anyway am say ensem wa etwe good ye say church driver phobia bo police ni bia or stop wo mo ewo UCC na church driver no ni mate achi police no ma bu police ni pa aden a police ni stop wo mo bro nya bremu a drivers aye wada wo mo pe cash ko stop wo mo sa baji beatings o wo baji beatings but I mean a church driver ni mate ni besre aya munya abutre because you say kru ma eshi why you say kru ma eshi na no bi bisa am say Dr. Ren Ghana for no aye kwama omo kra no kra na be ya munjai kono amokuma wo mu no because Ghana for no amokuma wo mu no kra no wo mu nsem fatase e be kwama wo mu because ipa na nkasa wo kuma no kra no kra ba be ko etia na me say eye kom di ubebre ya ho kom di ubebre kra na obi kan wa asema ma wa nipa kro na wo kan wa asema no kra otimi da no otamfo what you say koma de Ghana for bebre what you say Ghana for bebre no anam krom dia malnourished yenya aduane no a etimi feed brain yenya bi ndi it is sometimes crown wo kuma no crown ya won tinsem bi ase there are sometimes metimi post bibi wo me page amanfo ba no mu di matem because ma ko post bibi nipa ko na ade na ma post no on to ne bo ase nkenkan yo onya understand it but wo di atem ade ya because ebia wo de John Mahama picture bi ato ebia wo de NDC picture bi ato ebia wo de MPP ni picture bi ato by virtue so we be hunu say what Dr. Rampage there age onye NDC ni ono so onye MPP ni nti be trouble without having the understanding the Ghana for bebre no anu sa na tie but you know you cannot fault a people who have not been taught about a value of life. What do you say? Ghana for the one have not been taught about how to value life and appreciate life. It is a Ghana ni ewua ehunu say a normal. Se Ghana ni etu kwan no ko Gambia na Gambia for kun Ghana for 44 and now 43. Ghana for feel say a normal. But a Canadian citizen ebe to kwanye free Canada obeba Ghana wo ye beti se sebio ya kidnap wo mo within 2 weeks they will be found. You know why? Because over there in Canada, no, life is precious, and so people value life. But in Ghana, no, we don't value life. It will be quite worse. No wakowo na nebano ne nsanka no na maame ne befie so we tin kwa there be. Yen the tin nkwa wo. But meanwhile, wo hwem out to say that life could have been saved easily. But because it's what hospital, no, na ebia woman need gas and air. Betimi di ama maame no nya home no wetimi di apushi baby no out nti. Maame no sebio ebia wahwere ne nkwa ya save wakwara no. Certain things as a nation we don't value it. And it is a deliberate attempt by some people who do not want majority of Ghanaians to have the joy that they enjoy. Tiemie. Me say it is a deliberate attempt by some few people to what? Deny the Ghanaian the joy that they themselves enjoy. And when you come to Ghana, no, majority of our Ghanaians are suffering. And it is not because God was wicked to Ghana. Now, me say, what this will be because Nyankopon abo Ghana dia di pakro no ben na bona sum na adwene no ensheki kakra. Because when Nyankopon no boy no, ye kan Nyankopon wo wan bo wo mo kra sebio the trimu ye denema wo mo enka ye Singapore fo, enka ye Malaysia fo, enka ye Vietnam fo, enka ye wo mo free Qatar. Omo free a friend say Abu Dhabi. Omo free Saudi Arabia. Omo free Libya. Woman na Nyankopon ni woman di ni ye the senti. Because e hono wokwa wa achade no a twadi ampon de cheye no. Emu duduo no aye wo no wo mu ni bi. Enti say ye kase Nyankopon abo etrimoden a enka ma Arabfo nka se twadi ampon ene woman di ni ye. And so wokɔ Arabfo krom a me ne wo ka sei wo mo papa ne wo mo maame mfa wo mo bo o mo nsa enam American kopa chaw sa America fo yi mo ma ye bi ansa ne ye bi adi e de ahwɛ ye ma da bi me ne wo ka sei wokɔ United Arab Emirates wo mo nfa plane emba UK embe sresre sika ansa ne wo ma di da bi me ne wo ka sei wokɔ Qatar ye World Cup yi a me no ka say wo population ye only 3 million here out of the population ye 3 million 2 million ye foreigners and o me nationals e wo Qatar e krom mafo no ankasa de o me 1 million pe ene kakra bi e ka ho but send o ma hye wo ma brabo nti ama krom mafo no ho to wo no mo enya brabo pa etimi etupan ekohwe the wonders of the world. Maybe I make enough of the excuses. So where me title and me din komo na. Me say me no wa wo hwa me no din komo because me hu hia me pa. And abreyin na me ka kire say yeah wa he ya bro the 10 commandments. Sorry, the 12 disciples. Yeah yeah hwe me wa he ya bro the 12 disciples. And he said ye tie bia no. So me catch ra wona me ne wodi nkomo a wo so betumi aka kire afia betumi aka kire adwoa betumi aka kire kwam be ka kire efo be ka kire efe ne sei eye sule so be ka kire eye adwoba na ye nyina ye koye nemu because we need to appreciate the life. We don't appreciate life. And unti akufwa Dubai ya no a wa maye abrabo tantantan no. A lot of the radio stations who have become puppets and poodles of these political parties are praising Akufo-Addo. But for me, Dr. Ren, I will not go and trumpet Akufo-Addo say, and there is $1 no, yenya 10 CD, I will not do that. I will be a stupid person to praise Akufo-Addo. Says Sidino Abba form. I will be a fool. Do you know why? Because Sabio adwene no eye adwuma. Ma adwene no eye adwuma. The entia make us a men koda Akufo-Addo asene se. In 2016, he stood in Fadama and told every Ghanaian, say, "Wano nana ado dankwa Akufo-Addo waba ti petrol so." Ebi mo ka kire yen woni ba wo me ka kire yen say, when the fundamentals are weak, the cedi will expose you. At that time, that was $1. We have 4 cedis, 20 pesos. That was in 2017. And they say Akufo-Addo when ya she kra fa magana fo a won ma dollar no do 4 cedi 20 pesos. Na men ka se bebi obefa no sa na tie. Eno na me ka se ampa oyeja 4 cedi 20 pesos ma no. Eno nti so aba no so 4 cedi 20 pesos dia me Dr. Ren me bom nsem de ama no. Eno kra no mpo me mbom nsem bebre. Eno kra bia me ma ne be yi keke. Fingertips bi keke bi. Because we're buying no a baby. But then I'm saying we don't value our lives. And I'm saying we don't appreciate the essence and substance of life in Tino. We always appreciate mediocrity. And I'm the only selected few have denied us of our joy because they don't want us to enjoy like the way Omabusia enjoy. And you see, a society where we will vote for incompetent people, we will not vote for people who are critical thinkers. This is what we will always get. And that is why I always tell people to be careful of what the messages they listen and the kind of voices they listen to. Because after all, if you listen to the voice of a fool, you become a fool. If you listen to the voice of a wise man, you become a wise person. So why waste data to listen to foolish things? Things that will not exalt you, things that will not praise you, things that will not lead you, your thinking, to the land of discovery, to discover yourself as a Ghanaian. Don't listen to those voices. And I have to tell you, maybe I'm a kase, a man for free say, I am a gentleman that I dispute that fact. That a human being was not born to come and suffer. Because now God has already created everything that you need as a human to function. You needed legs to walk, God gave it to you. You needed hands to do your things, God gave it to you. You needed eyes to see, God gave it to you. You needed an environment to thrive, God gave it to you. So don't come and tell me that we were created to suffer. No way. You and I are suffering because of the decisions that we take. You and I are suffering because we listen to some voices that belong to the dark kingdoms who told you that the Ghanaian is not capable of managing his own affairs. And that voices are the voices of Nana Dankwa Akufo-Addo. Those are the voices of the Ken Ofori-Attes. Those are the voices of Alhaji Bawumias. Because they keep on telling you that you belong to the life that is not of any worth. So you yourself, when you wake up, you don't have any hope in you. Because you don't see any hope around. You don't see anything that inspires you as a Ghanaian. But let me tell you, that is not how Ghana started. We did not start it like that. When the likes of Professor Kwejiri Agri, the first professor of Africa, when they started telling us about who the Ghanaian was, we were men of hope. We had faith in ourselves. We believed that, yes, we can. And we were doing it. Until in 1966 when these Satan families came to destroy everything that Nkrumah built because they never believed in you. That is why I want you to understand that we are here as a nation, a default country, a country that cannot pay our interest on our debt, let alone the debt itself. We have failed as a people because we continuously go to the polls and vote for foolish fools who do not even have any ideas how to govern people and how to lead a nation. Now, let me tell you something. And if you are a Christian, listen to me carefully. I hear people sometimes ask Dr. Ren and other people that, oh, those of you that are shouting and talking, what have you done for Ghana? Let me tell you this. Let me speak wisdom into your ears. When John the Baptist was preaching the gospel and was making way for the God, the Messiah to appear, that was a job that he was doing. The difficult job in this world is to open the mind of a person to understand or discover himself. It's not easy. That is why in every country or any society, the person that has control over your mind controls you and controls your destiny. So what we are doing is to bring emancipation for you to understand yourself that being a black man is not a curse. That is why we always come into your homes to tell you that you and I were not born of any inferior God. Let me tell you, my brothers and sisters, I weep. Yes, as a man, I cry sometimes. You think I don't cry? I cry. I say, no, I cry. You think I don't cry? I cry because I have a soft spot for my people. So when I see my people go through pains, I cry. When you come to UK today, the news that is on most of the news portals or the newspapers, front pages, is about how some migrants trying to get to London or get to United Kingdom. 4 of them drowned just to get to United Kingdom. You know why? All that these migrants want is to come to a country that they can realize their potential. Because where they are coming from, there is no opportunity. Where they are coming from, there is no hope. And that is why you see the Ghanaian leaving the shores of Ghana. And sometimes I hear people, Adena move free Ghana, and then you hear people, oh, your problem no crowd here. It has to do with attitude. Oh, your problem there, your leadership. Oh, your problem no crowd here is because Ghanaians are too opinionated. A lot of things a lot of people say. Permit me to take it from this side. And let me break it down for the purpose of understanding. When to me was it? Your castle of mine Ghana. When we talk about Ghana, to say the menu ye tifie. It ye fear no din ye Ghana, tiemiye. Menu mienu, ye fear din ye Ghana. E fear no ye free mono, ye free e fear no Ghana. It is a menu mienu be free e fear Ghana nimu ako Togo. Ana say ye be ko Burkina Faso, ana ye be ko Ivory Coast, ana ye be free Ivory Coast, ako Kenya, ako ebia Mali, ana New York, United States of America. Se menu mienu nya e fear no din enkrata a ekere se menu mienu betumi akọ London. It menu mienu be nya e fear no nkrata ye friend passport e fear no din Ghana edaso. Ti se menu mienu ni sa e fear no paper no a ye ntumi ntu free efie no enkotena wiemu hyen enko obi man so because efie bia no aye free mu no obi afiri mu no obi awo efie ni din intimi ba UK no efie ni din the United Kingdom ukọ baby wa ye free efie no United States of America aye efie no nso wo emu enkwada mabawa empanyimfo a wo mte fie ni mu ye fie Ghana no aye timu no empanyimfo no edi efie n'anim no wo mo nhwe fie ni ye eno ntia nam so wo mo nhwe fie no ye nti me ne wumienu enye ye ni kase ye betena fie ho akwara bia nso wonim se wo ti fie na se ni kanimu a wo pese wo free fie nim akwa bonten ananye sa netie entimi ne wumienu Ghana fie no ayetimu no enam se ahoton ni mu nti oba bia pa ahoto akwada bia pa ahoto enti se me ne wumienu free fie mu na sa ahoton ni wa ye pekwan a ye be free fie nim nti akoba ne saa imu bino etimi fa wiemu san edi free fie nim eba fie fufura ye free United Kingdom ahoto wo meni umienu ye free akọ Libya ye kofie fufurom kan wonu se meni umienu fie ahoto nimu a efie no a ye bekọ no e ma ye expect se ahoto be ma yen wo be share with ahoto enka meni umienu ko obi fufuro fie de enka sani amene umienu ye fie no ye dwane free wono a yakọ obi de otu no enya sanko nipa kono po gi entata ensu mene umienu ente sama ye tu free Ghana ye fie no a ye tu afiri no ne ye ba UK a ye gi entata enya krampo no a yesin ye fie no a ye firi mu na ensu menye saa na ye sanka entie but enam se empanyimfo no a wo te ye fie no a ye Ghana fie nim no womu ye sabia mpanyimfo womu timu ya deninti womu ntimi nchichiri fie no ama mene umienu ye wo ntoye ade ya se mene umienu ti ase ne se sa efie no a ye firi mu ba ye fie no efie Ghana no enye wo ba akofo de yawo eye mene umienu fie ye de a enti se fie ne ba ye ya se mene umienu ye kan ye ho bom ye bie ya no kasa kire mpanyimfo ebi ye Kristofo ebi ye Muslimfo ebi ye Jehovah Witnessfo ebi nji hwindi ebi gunsa ye nka nokora ne nkere wo si ye tu batafri ye fi aho kire nti ebe du America no America agi ye ntata ebe du United Kingdom no wo ma gi ye ntata me yehunu se sebio aponche ene nipa enum nsuo baako na denti ne ye de ye fie aponche enum ene nipa enum nsuo baako se ye mpede a ekwan ben so ena mo a mudi ye nim no mo betimi ene ye ya ye di machi no aka ye ho abom ama fie no ye nim ponche enum nsuo baako your friend solution because in this world it's a problem solving world and it's a solution. You need to open your mind and to start thinking about how you will get solution to solve your problem. I'm in a foot soldier, one marshal, whom I respect so much, Raphael St. Williams, Ralph Senior, Michelle, Memoir Papa. Not me ye. Yakoya nimuno. Esi enyam tiasie bi se ye efipa no dia ejina me ne wumi ye no soso si ye be ma ye fie no aye fipa ne ba ne saa wonu mu a ti Dubai no so be pese wo be ba ye fie ni bi na no me ka kira abrantie bi se kwadwo tie me ye wesi kwadwo wonim de ntia ebu ose kwa me despite ne mba osi o de bi say o mo de just say o si ebu o mo papa na msi wonim de ntia ebum ne nkwada no osi o mo papa ntia na msi de nti na osusu se Ghana for respect o say kwa me despite mma Because when you do baby no, you be your self crime despite a ba a pono akunya, you be a dine the amano, your man akunya so antenancy. But could you be a ukawa, ya mo akunya? Also, Dr. Reminim pa. Ah, as a doctor, or say crime body, or no, you never pay you skinny. It's the end day. Could do baby, you be a pono the aman. Near manatnas. And ya cannot deny your skinny no. And ya ne papa wo yesi keninti a wabo brebinti enunti ene ye bie pono e makenedi se Ghana bobra eya bra papa ye du baabi a ne ma enkobre enko salai for visa ye bie visa no de mamo se monko because you se mu kuro na mufri mu ba eye papa mpo sen baabi a mpesa mu kono am se mu ko wumpa mu ko for size tie me ba dwene ba ya nwene. A decision. You and I are suffering as citizens of the nation because our people who lead the nation are not critical thinkers to make way where there seems to be no way. Timikoti I see dollar no see the no one general ban say munyaneme say edu Muhammad yenwa I mean fantasem. Na se nkodu baby a Muhammad ja no dia e de mama menda because me hunu hwe me de me hunu hwe o e bia wona we hunu baby dia because they were promising ye no was say Muhammad ye incompetent was say Muhammad ye ne de wonya ne yie wa bon ye mfred Mr. Incompetent wo no de obema ye governance a e be nsi da sa governance no $1 e be ye 1 cedi. Na Muhammad de $1 na ye 2 cedi dia. And the Muhammad born resign. Sa papa we buy ya $1 no could do 17. Ah, wo ya hu bibia be do 10 cedi. Was me bom nsem fama. Dabi. Wonu anka se nim se me bom nsem manwa. Obehunu se me ye kwasea. Wonu a wonim. You will know say I'm not a critical thinker. You will know say I don't love the nation. You will know say see the crook Ghana no chamensa. Me say no. Because me ni adwene no emu do. Abrofo no ye hia wo mo no. Wo mo papa no mo. Wo mo ne papa no mo hia. E wo United Nations adwene kase nko a o. Wo de wonim. Ha wo mefa kwan a metumi afa so nya ya gudie no mo dwene ho. Ba ya papa no mo ko hia wo mo a. Wo mo kura mobile phones and wo mo dwene. Material things is what they think about. So today I want you to understand one thing. Let us approach life with a different thinking as a people, as a nation. No more excuses. No more excuses not to build a new Ghana. We need a Ghana that will work for everybody, irrespective of whichever region you find yourself. Whether you come from Volta region, what I care is that you have to get development in Volta region. What I care is that when I am coming from Nzema to come and visit my efforts in Volta region, I am coming on a train, a bulletin train, that I will take it from Jomro through to Elembele on a top speed to come to where my people. It is possible. It is only a fool that is dictionary is only impossibility. But for the wise men, possible is always found in their dictionary. It is possible. When men were saying that we will never have cars that drives itself, Elon Musk have taught us that it is possible. Everything is possible if you know how. One good brother taught me, and his name is Lawyer Wiseman, Lawyer Wisdom of Wise Smart Solicitors. He says, Dr. Ren, everything is possible in this world if you know how. The know-how is the knowledge. The knowing how is the knowledge. Because Ghanaians don't know how. They have been blessed with gold. We dig the gold. The white man will carry it, transport it. People will die on the road. Before it will reach to Temahabo, it will be put in a ship, and the gold will sail to United Arab Emirates. Oh, Lord have mercy. Lord have mercy. Because we don't know how we are giving our raw materials, we are giving our natural blessed material in its raw state to the white man. Oh, my people. Indeed, for lack of knowledge, we have suffered for long. For lack of knowledge, we suffered under slavery. Don't blame the white man. For the white man is only finding ways and means to sustain himself or herself and her family. What about us? What about us? The only time we gather is when there is funeral and share money. The only time you see Ghanaians happy is when we have destroyed somebody's life and we talk about it with joy. As we sit down the way, and during NDC time, Akufo-Addo was thinking about how there should be an Arab Spring because the dollar was once 4 cedi 20 pesos. Today, they want Dr. Ren to go and clap because the dollar is 10 cedi 80 pesos. You are mad with capital letters. What bodam, Papa? So let me tell you, we can only build it. We can only have it if we make our mind to build it. If we make our mind that we want to build a better Ghana, we will have a Ghana that is befitting of you as a Ghanaian. Years ago, when you mentioned Ghana, the name was so sweet in the ears of the white man. But today, if you mention Ghana and you mention Rwanda, the name Rwanda sounds so sweet and attractive than the name Ghana because there is nothing attractive about Ghana anymore. What is so attractive is that we have leaders who are deceitful, who will go on the world stage and say that we do not have to go and beg. Meanwhile, they are at the front dining table with IMF begging for $3 billion US. That is the kind of leaders that we have. Leaders who do not even respect themselves, let alone respect their words. Leaders like Akufo-Addo always give us an international shame because he has no respect for himself. He will stand on the world stage and say, we should not go, Africans should stop begging. Meanwhile, he's collecting $3 billion US from IMF. What a shame. What an irony. What a man without character who only speak like as if he's reciting poems. Whose only job for him, he thinks that the presidency is the office for reciting poems. This is clean water from River Thames. It's not polluted with cyanide and mercury. My people. No excuses to build a new Ghana. Let's continue. Now, let me tell you something. I have come with the realization that our people must be taught and they have to be taught well. Let me thank you so much, Kelly Adams, for sending stars. My brother, Nanana Mushrao. Let me tell you something which is very, very important. And I believe that you and I have to understand that in this day and age, every country is making sure that they protect their country and their citizens. Now let me ask you, what is Ghana also doing for her citizens? What is Ghana doing for her citizens? Are you happy that when you have to travel from Accra to Kumasi, you have to go to Atria Mountains and pray for safe journey? The last time I checked, I was told that from January to the month of June, over 5,000 Ghanaians had already died because of road accident. If the numbers are not correct, forgive me and I will check and I'll let you know. But even if 1,000 people have died, it's very, very pathetic. We have to understand that we need to do different things at this particular time and hour so that as the time is running fast and quickly and leaving us behind, it is you and I, our responsibility to leave a better legacy for the unborn generation. And so I tell people, don't get worried when you do your videos and people come and insult you. Don't get worried. Also, I tell people, when Jesus Christ was preaching his messages, he was insulted, he was spat on, he was whipped, he was even crucified. I am sure none of my friends and family members have been crucified like the way Jesus Christ was crucified. So which means that the job that we are doing and the kind of oppositions that we are being faced are not even mightier than us. And so we have to go on and speak truth to our people and tell our women that we are sorry to you for going to labor and giving birth on the floor. And that a new Ghana is coming, and that new Ghana, you will not go to labor and give birth on the floor. But I have to tell you that if we have to build a new Ghana, we need men and women who are ready, whose minds and hearts are ready. We need a quality of mind and a quality of heart to get that new Ghana. That quality of mind that when you see the Voltairean, you will not see him as an enemy. When you see that person from Adangbe, you will not see him as an enemy. When you see the one that come from Binduri or Chanapaga, you will not see them as an enemy. But because you have a quality mind and a quality heart, you will see them as your brothers and your sisters. And that the only thing that differentiates you and that person is just the language. And that is even the beauty of us as a people. And that is when, if we have quality of mind and quality of heart, when our brothers and sisters from Sancho Kofi Akpafu, Likpe Lolobi do not have a representative in the parliament house, all of us will say, no, this is wrong. Because we are doing something wrong against our brothers and sisters who come from the Uti region. Sancho Kofi Akpafu Likpe Lolobi. We, with one voice, will speak loud. And when we are united, that is the only thing that the politicians are afraid of. They are afraid of a group that is united. Let's unite. For 2023, we need men and women who will be partners of Dr. Ren to channel the agenda for a new Ghana, because that is what we need. We need men that will do different things so that our country will also realize her potential. If I ask you this simple question today, what inspires you as a Ghanaian? What makes you feel proud as a Ghanaian? The only thing you can think of will be the Black Stars playing football and wearing the red, gold, green jersey. The only thing maybe perhaps you would think of is the Fix the Country. The young men and women who are gathering themselves in the northern region. And come 7th of January, we are there with one voice and with one accord to demonstrate, to tell our old men and women, to tell the young men that we also deserve the best things in life. Or maybe you will say it is the freedom fighters who take every hour or two to come your way, to inform and to educate you that yes, you also deserve a better life. My brothers and sisters, One thing, I came to United Kingdom and I have been fortunate to have children here. As I always tell people, but ever since I came here, I've not been able to visit a cocoa farm. I've not been able to go to a gold mining industry. I've not gotten the opportunity to see a factory or a company that is a diamond company. I am still looking. But I have visited the coal mines of the United Kingdom. That coal mine is even dead for many years. And I heard the labor people are calling for a coal mine industry to come back. So which suggests that they do not even have enough natural resources to even feed their people. Yet how come they are so great and they are called Great Britain? And yet how come they are so powerful when it comes to marine, air force, and armed forces? How come? How come they are so powerful than the country of my birth? How come? How come that they can feed themselves and even feed the people from my country? How come? How come that from January to December, if I want to get a corn, I will still get a corn in the United Kingdom, no matter the month that I find myself in? How come? How come that the bus system runs so effectively? How come than where I come from? How come? How come that ever since I came to the United Kingdom, I have not set my eye on a child who is walking thousands of kilometers or hundreds of kilometers or tens of kilometers to go to school? How come? How come? How come that when I visit my children at their schools, I see beautiful edifices, and that none of my sons and daughters sit on the bare floor to be taught? How come? I've not seen timber. I've not seen odum. I've not seen wawa, sapele, mahogany. I have not seen them. And yet, the kids have something to sit on. How come? How come that when they go to school, they feed the children? How come? Let me tell you something. As I speak to you today, the average salary of a nurse in the United Kingdom, the average salary of a nurse is £27,000 and some pence. The average salary of a nurse per annum. Which means that if the average salary of a nurse is 27,000 per annum, it means that the nurse should even be proud of the amount of salary that he or she earns a month. So let's make a rough calculation. 2 times 10 is 20, isn't it? Which means that every month a nurse in the United Kingdom gets not less than £2,000 sterling, right? Very good. So which means that after taxes, maybe the nurses will get around maybe 1,800 or something. Oh no, after tax, they get 2,000. But as I speak to you today, from the land of the Queen, who left us to be with the Lord recently, and her son is now a king. As I speak to you today, for the first time ever in the history of United Kingdom, nurses have gone on strike. They are saying that the 2,000 pounds sterling more that they earn every month is not enough. That is what they are saying. Wow. Nurses are saying 2,000 pounds sterling is not enough. Yes. We don't buy food in hundreds of pounds. We buy food less than 10. We buy food in tens of pounds, not in hundreds of pounds. But yet, nurses have gone on strike. Do you know why? They want a befitting lives for themselves and their family. But in Ghana, my people are not ready for a befitting life. Maybe. Majority of you are not ready for a life that's so befitting for you as a human being. And that is why when you go to the hospitals, you go and give birth on the floor and nobody cares. But I want to tell you something. That freedom fighters cares about you. I want to tell you that Face the Country cares about you. We are the only movement that cares about the plight of the ordinary Ghanaian. I'm saying it boldly. Because after all, if John Dramani Mahama comes, the 4 years he will not be able to change the destiny of Ghana. I swear wallahi. He will do something. I'm not saying he will not do anything. Because the fundamentals are not right for we to thrive. And if the fundamentals or the foundation of every household is built on a sinking sand, the house that you build upon it will collapse. So that's why we are shouting as Face the Country conveners that majority of you are part of, and be proud that you are part of it. Instead of giving your tithe and your offerings to your pastors, give it to the Face the Country conveners. Go out there and show them your love this coming December, this Xmas. Show them your love. I don't need to mention all their names here. Instead of going to the church to give your tithe and your offering for your pastor to say that he's going to give it to a God that he has never met, give it to the Face the Country guys. Because they are in the wilderness preaching for a new Ghana and giving hope into the Ghanaian who do not have any hope, and inspiring our people that yes, we can, yes, we can. Because I have seen it here in America, in London, I've seen it in America, I've seen it in Germany, in France. I saw it in Lindsborg with my naked eyes. I saw it in Luxembourg. I saw it kokoloklo with my eyes in Luxembourg. That the poorest person in Luxembourg is one of the richest people in Ghana. So yes, we can. We can build a Ghana. A new one for everybody. And I'm telling you that how we are going to build it will not come as fast as you want it, because we are not in a haste. So tell the people out there who says that we should come out with a plan. They should take force. They should come and tell us. Tell those people. Tell them that only fools rush in, and we are not ready to rush in. Because we have seen men and women who came under the names of the battle is the Lord. Little did we know that they were just fighting a Lord that was a demonic Lord, and not a Lord that came from the heavens above, who sympathized with the poor, who empathize with the poor, and who ensure that the poor also get what is rightfully due them. So tell them that freedom fighters are not rushed in. We will not rush in. The fundamentals and the foundations needs to be changed. We are advocating that the constitution be amended or be squashed or be thrown into the gutters. And we need a new constitution that be fit for a new Ghanaian. That is what we need. So go out there and tell them. Tell them that freedom fighters are saying that we will never rush in, because only fools will forever rush in. And just like one of my friend's mom told me years ago, and he said it so eloquently in Ghana, And oh, I remember that lady so well. And she told me, Dr. Ren, Oyabe Oya. At that time, as young as I was, very exuberant, I wanted everything overnight at the age of 19. At the age of 20, I wanted to live in a big mansion in Accra. And one day, the old lady sat me down at Kokomlemle, opposite ATTC school, where they sell the kinky. Ketashi. Kamina akashi woke love man woke meneme. Yeah. Chimin tauma kabo akashi. Nachi. Because oyabe oya. Min naboke love man ke sledge me. I speak to you, those guys are millionaires. Not in cedis, but in dollars. Build a befitting life for yourself. And we did. And we came clean. And along the way, rather, many of these men that I've mentioned their name have been a befitting life for themselves. They have come clean. And so if we want a better Ghana, it is not rushing. No. We want something, a foundation that will resist when the winds are blowing. We want a foundation that will resist the wild winds. We want a foundation that when it rains, even the house will still stand. That is why the Constitution, which is the life of every Ghanaian, we are saying we need a new constitution for a new Ghanaian. Why must we still have Article 71 people enjoying the fruit of the labor of the cocoa farmer whose children are suffering in the wilderness of Etiwa or in the wilderness of Asankrigwa? Why must we have our people suffer? And why must we have only a few enjoy? And those few that are enjoying are not even Ghanaians. They are having dual citizens, nationals, having British, Swedish nationals, just like Gabi Asari Ochredako. Why can't we build a Ghana that does not look the faces of where you were born, or does not question your surname before they give you an opportunity? Why must we not advocate for such a Ghana? Why must we advocate for a Ghana that asks you, Bawuding? And I will never forget this. And I always say it loud and clear. Almost 2 years ago, I was invited when we started Fix the Country and Freedom Fighters. We started our advocacy. And I was invited to a meeting. And in the meeting were professors, doctors, people that have built life and have made it in life in Ghana. And I'm talking about the creme de la creme of Ghana. Some of them have mentioned their names on many a times in some of my videos. And when I was invited for the meeting, I realized that these are men. I was the youngest. All of them were above 50s, 50s, 60s. Some are doctors, professors, some are engineers. I mean, doing very well. Australia, America, France, Germany, London. And when we were about to start the meeting, one of the men wanted to know what my surname. Within 1 minute, under 1 minute, the meeting was cancelled. You know why? Why must you know where I am from before you will talk what you want to talk? That is how the elitism, they start it. I said, before you invited me, how did they introduce me to you? That is how the elitism starts. Your friend was saying, "We free him," but we didn't. I hate it in my life because I always use the story of Jesus Christ as my everything. That even he who is the creator's son came as a manger. It was a carpenter that through him he came into this world. So who do you think you are? I asked the man, who do you think you are? Which voice are you speaking from? I am not intimidated by your voices because some of us, we've gone through the iron, we've gone through gold in the making. Where we used to sleep, we used to hear when they are blasting the gold. So I have heard a lot of noise in my ear. So what you think you are bringing will never break me. But I'm telling you, Mr. Man, that go back. Now I don't want to be part of this meeting. And 1 minute, went off the line. Knowledgeable people were among the meeting. I'm telling you, these are 50, 60 plus meeting. We're almost about 10. I was the only youngest. They called me back again. And that was the birth of the third force. When they called me back again, that was the birth of the third force. Because they have properties in Ghana and things are going wrong and their properties are being affected. And they need young men like us to speak. And today, they have understood that we are ready. And because of how ready we are, Ghana will definitely be a better country. Ghana be. Say to yourself, Ghana be. Believe it. Because in 1963, when the 6 great African Americans met on the primetime TV in the United States of America, and I'm talking about Whitney Whistle, I'm talking about Martin Luther King, James Farmer, I'm talking about James Forrest. I hope I got the name right. I'm talking about Roy. I've forgotten the last one's name. When they met and they were fighting against segregation, they never had any idea that any of our freedom fighters will one day have opportunity to live in America. In 1963, people were moving from radio station to radio station, TV station. The likes of Martin Luther King, James Farmer, and co. These were young men. These were people that were under the age of 40, fighting against the white supremacist. So I tell you, when people are telling you a small boy, don't mind them. Don't mind them. Don't mind them. Because that is the only way they will intimidate you. That is the only way they will intimidate you. They will intimidate you that who is your parent? I've lived with them. Because they are afraid of your talent. They are afraid of your wisdom. They are afraid of your knowledge. They are afraid of the good spirit that you carry. They have the bad spirit and the evil spirit. So they are not disciplined and they are not selfless people. They are a bunch of selfish people. So when they see the young boy coming from Binduri with no father whose name is the name of Kufuor or Kufuor or the Rollinses, then they get afraid. Because they are afraid. Because they don't know where you are coming. Because they know that you will change the status quo. So when they hear the name Oliver Baka-Vomawo, they are afraid. Because they know that that name Oliver Baka-Vomawo is a son who is a poor teacher's child. So they are afraid of that name Oliver Baka-Vomawo. So when they hear the name of fire, they question, where is this boy coming from? Konongu Zongo. How can a Konongu Zongo boy be so matured in his thinking and in his thoughts? So when they hear the name Freeman mind. They wonder, whose child is this boy? And that is why they fight us. When they hear the name Sugar Drops, when they hear the name Mama Ba, they don't want us to tell you the truth that we have found in the countries like America, Germany. So when they hear the name Mohini David, they say, no, this boy is somebody who insults leaders too much. No, they don't want you to listen to the message. But I want you to understand that we are fighting for a better Ghana for you. A new Ghana, that when you go to the north, you will not struggle to think of coming to the south to become a kayaye, a head porter. No. So be inspired. We are not giving up, so don't give up. We have believed and we have seen what these men who are not disciplined, calling themselves leaders, have not seen. We have seen it. Oh yes, we have seen a beautiful Ghana. Oh yes, we have seen that Ghana that worked for everybody. We have seen our sons and daughters on that Christmas day joining their family and celebrating it well. We have seen that Ghana. We have seen that new Ghana that works for everybody. We have seen that new Ghana where your talents get paid well. We have seen that Ghana where your talent will not be of a use in the land of the foreign, but it will be of a use in your country that you came from. We have seen that Ghana. And that Ghana is what we freedom fighters will fight for. That Ghana is what we want you to join us to fight for. Yes, one day, some days we may go wrong, but do not despise us. Do not throw us away with the dirty water. Be with us and stay with us. And let's fight this new Ghana together. And together, we can change the destinies of the unborn children. And I believe in that Ghana. So go out there and have a belief in Ghana. Thank you. God bless you.